Angel Reese has shocked the basketball world when she took her ex account about 30 minutes ago to let everybody know she will not be returning for the 2024 season.
From underdog to top dog, Angel Reese's rookie journey has been wild, but now she's facing her biggest challenge yet. Think she's down and out. Think again. You won't believe how she's handling this season, ending injury before we move on. I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. You may recall that surprising turn I made reference to.
She stated, what a year. I never would have imagined the last bucket of my rookie season will be a 3, but maybe that was God saying, give them a taste of what they will see more in the second year.
Oh, it's a real hog. What if I told you that Reese's seemingly endless momentum suddenly came to a crashing halt as soon as she takes control of the court? Her fortunes plummet. Think about this. The Los Angeles Sparks were just defeated by Angel Reese, who had a monster game with 24 points and 12 rebounds. Isn't she radiating? The Chicago Sky are euphoric right now because they believe they have the playoffs locked up. Powery shocks everyone on social media. All of a sudden, I'm filled with emotions right now that I have a season-ending injury, but also filled with so much gratitude for what is next. Said Rays, the ripple effect that shocked the WNBA world is hard to fathom. Who could have predicted this? The Chicago Sky fans and experts alike were taken aback. They were very devastated. The fact is, Reese wasn't your average player. The Sky lineup couldn't have been complete without her. This is a first-to-player who was above the league in rebounds. What on earth? Suddenly she hurt her wrist and will miss the remainder of the season. Is there anything even more bizarre how this whole thing unfolded? Eventually, Reese's status for the upcoming game is marked as uncertain. I mean, what the hey, it is common for players to sustain minor injuries. However, suddenly here comes the news she's out for the season. Imagine that, a surprising turn of events. Let's discuss the implications for the Chicago Sky. With their star rookie sidelined for the rest of the season, they find themselves tied for 8th place in the playoff standings. It's as if you're racing with just one shoe on. Certainly they will have their hands full. However, what truly irritates me is Reese's demeanor during the entire ordeal. Her social media statement read through it all. I have showed that I belong in this league even when no one else believed. Her initial motivation for being here was precisely that kind of passion. She refuses to be defined by this setback. Let it sink in. Suddenly Reese became a household name in the WNBA, and she was but another rookie. She was making seasoned players appear inert as she broke records and turned heads. The most difficult situation she has ever encountered in her profession is now upon her. The worst part, though, is that Angel Reese's narrative is far from over. Quite the opposite. She will overcome this obstacle and continue on her journey to greatness. This is certainly disappointing, but if there's one thing we've seen from Reese this season, it's her determination to overcome obstacles. When does Angel Reese return? If the Chicago Sky lose their promising young player, how will they proceed? How will this impact the WNBA going forward? I can guarantee you that the answers to these questions will be fascinating, as they are now circulating throughout the league. Something big has been overshadowed by all the discussion. Regarding Reese's injuries, do you remember that I said she had the best rebounding game in the league? That, however, hardly touches the surface of her season-long achievements. What we're talking about here are performances that even seasoned pros couldn't believe. Here we will dissect it in terms of rebounding. Reese was unrivaled, not to mention the league leader. This rookie made an immediate impact and broke the single-season record for offensive rebounds. 716 offensive boards. What a mind-blowing achievement. Consider how Reese was always there, grabbing the ball as if it belonged to her whenever it went wide of the basket. This is where things get really out of hand. Though Rays wasn't merely a rebound machine, the moment she got onto the court, the Chicago Sky were transformed into an entirely new squad. During Reese's tenure, the team improved by 22.5 points for every 100 possessions. All leagues should take note of that difference. The Sky seemed to lift up at the flick of a button, reaching new heights. You may be thinking, all right, but she was selected with the 7th overall pick. We understand. We're not expecting her to be good. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Reese was just great. She was one of the most effective rookies, ranking second in total performance measures behind only Caitlin Clark. The 7th overall choice was just killing it like she belonged at the top. Have you forgotten the game she played in just before she H herself? Something sparked Reese's anger in a 9-2-78 win over. The Los Angeles Sparks, the Sky, were led by 24 points and 12 rebounds. It seemed as if I were witnessing a highlight reel unfold before. For my eyes, something miraculous would happen whenever she made contact with the ball. But do you know what's truly outrageous? It wasn't simply on the court that Reese was making waves even away from the court. She was influencing the whole WNBA. We're talking about things like TV ratings going up and sales going through the roof. Caitlin Clark and Reese were the rookie sensations that fans couldn't get enough of. The league was in for a revitalization, thanks to their arrival. Give this some thought: from a potential first-round draft pick to a household name in the span of a single season. Reese did it all. She was shattering records that had been in existence since the WNBA was founded. Her more seasoned teammates were staring at her and whispering, "Who is this girl?" Even though she hurt herself, she has already established herself as one of the best in the WNBA. Would you ever think this is Reese's last chance, the end of her tale? Absolutely not. This is only the first step. I get that the injury is disappointing. But listen, great athletes like Reese are rare now that she has demonstrated her abilities. We are all eagerly anticipating her next move. Her season abruptly ends just as Angel Reese was shattering records left and right. But wait, there's more to come in this story. What's the surprising turn of events that has fans talking about what Reese could do next? You would think a rookie spirit would be crushed by a season-ending injury. But that's not the case for Angel Reese. Even though this is a setback, she is handling it well and is even seeing a chance for growth. It wasn't only awful news that Reese shared on social media when she revealed her injuries. Everyone was talking after she dropped a bombshell. I'm filled with emotions right now that I have a season-ending injury, but also filled with so much gratitude for what is next. Said Reese, is that unbelievable to you? Despite encountering a professional obstacle, she maintains a positive outlook on the future. That's the mentality that differentiates the decent from the fantastic. The intriguing part, though, begins at this point. Rather than moping about, Reese is actively participating. She has ambitious goals. Though she made her participation in the upcoming unrivaled 3-on-Ray League known. You'll see me being the biggest cheerleader on the sideline. And on rival leagues, you soon added. Reese making lemonade from lemons is quite an idiom. We can discuss the implications for the WNBA rookie race now. When it came to Rookie of the Year, Reese and Caitlin Clark were neck and neck. Her numbers were just phenomenal. On a gamely basis, they averaged 13.1 rebounds and 13.6 points. That average for rebounds. This rookie set a new record for the WNBA. Crazy, isn't it? To be more precise, Reese broke records rather than just breaking them with 446 rebounds. She broke the previous single-season record for the WNBA that is beneficial for every player in the league's history. Not only rookies, she surpassed the previous mark of 404 set by Sylvia Fowles. Give that some consideration. In WNBA history, no player has ever been surpassed in rebounding attempts by a rookie. That is the kind of influence Reese was exerting. Does Caitlin Clark now have the Rookie of the Year trophy sealed up for her? Since Reese is out, take your time. Voters may factor in Reese's injury, yet her figures are still staggering. Without a doubt, the race is going to be tight. Here, though, is where Reese truly stands out. She continues to make a splash. Despite having her season cut short prior to her injury, she scored a 3-pointer in her final game. Although it may not seem significant to you, Reese considered it a major accomplishment. She laughed about it as well, stating, "I never would have imagined the last bucket of my rookie season would be a 3. But maybe that was God saying, give them a taste of what they will be seeing more of in year 2. LOL. Your kind of self-assurance is what makes the world go round." In addition to contemplating her recuperation, Reese is already making preparations for her return. She intends to return even stronger after this break by enhancing her game and acquiring new abilities given her current level of proficiency. Can you fathom her performance in year 2? Losing Reese will undoubtedly have a significant impact on the Chicago Sky without their breakout rookie. They now share the 8th and last playoff slot and must play the rest of the season in misery. Players such as Kennedy Carter and Isabel Harrison will need to significantly improve. However, did you hear something? Basketball is that what matters most is your reaction time when injuries occur. By the way, Reese's attitude throughout this whole process is really remarkable. She refuses to let this injury limit her. This time, she's putting it to use as fuel, keeping an optimistic outlook. She is thinking forward and making plans for her future actions. The difference between decent and great players is that level of mental toughness. What is Angel Reese's path this season? Totally out of control. She went from being a WNBA underdog to a superstar in an instant, then suddenly she was no longer in the lead. Her season is over due to a wrist injury. Wouldn't you think that would break her spirit? Absolutely not. How did Reese respond to this obstacle? Motivational bliss, according to her? Although this is God's timing and not mine, I am finally able to give myself a physical and mental break. Possessing that mentality is what it takes to transform challenges into opportunities. The weird thing is that Reese altered the entire game, not just her team. We're talking about product sales that are through the roof and record-breaking viewership. She's a game changer, not merely a player. Meanwhile, did you hear what about this wound? That's simply a break in her narrative. The entire playbook will be rewritten by Reese when she returns, looking ahead to women's basketball's future.